Welcome back, man. Point of no return, man. We know too much, man. We done seen too much, man. We've been going through too much, man. God is allowing us to experience so much, and He's revealing Himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. It's a lie, simply simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone, tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment. Hope you fully living in yours, cause I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with a quick word, man. It's if you're a true chosen one and a true child of God and one of His favorites, then since you were a child, people have been telling you, hey, you got a calling on your life. You got a calling on your life. I remember being young. I mean, like preschool age, elementary school age, and grown people used to like stop and shake my hand and tell me all kind of stuff, what they see for me, what God got. And I'm looking at these people like, I don't know what you talking about. You feel me? But okay, like it just always felt like I had responsibility before I knew what responsibility was. You know what I'm saying? But then I keep growing up, and I remember being, like I said, my grandma used to go to church a lot. And she used to go to church everywhere, all over the Midwest, all over the South or whatever. So we happened to be in Chicago one time, and we were at Jesse Jackson's church when he was active, you feel me? And I remember meeting him, and he picked me up, bro. Like I was a little kid. He picked me up, and he was just telling me how much God had a calling for my life, and you know how big it was, and things like that. And like I say, becoming, a teenager and an adult, and it never stopped, bro. But I look at it, and I look at how people reacted to me and how people treated me, and it was evident what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to help. I didn't know that, but I was a natural helper. I was a natural server. I was somebody who naturally want to get up and just make things better, solve problems. And all my life, that's what I've been doing. And then you always been pushed to the forefront. I remember being in class. You know how you got to do the little team projects together and stuff like that. I was always the main one, and I was always a spokesperson. Like nobody wanted to go up there and speak. Same thing for church, being in vacation Bible school. You with your group and y'all answering these questions, but when it's time to present, then you go present. Even if it was a thing I wasn't fully confident in, like singing and stuff like that, like they would make me, you feel me, go up there in front. It didn't matter what life brought my way. It just seemed like I was always the leader. And I noticed that what type of leader I was when I was young. Like I was a caring leader. I was a fair leader. I shared, even when I played with my friends, you feel me? I made sure everybody had that opportunity to be the main character, to be, to have the attention on them. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody do that. When people are the man or the woman, especially at a young age, they take advantage of it because you don't know no better. All you see is that you have a say-so, you have power, you have influence, so you're going to take it to the max. They usually become mean, bossy, you feel me? Want everything to go their way, that type of thing. I was never that child. I was never that teenager. I was never that adult. Even when I played basketball, you feel me? I was a point guard, you feel me? And I was a point guard who could really score, you feel me? I'm coming from Gary, Indiana, Chicago. I've been playing with grown men since I was 8, 9 years old. So playing with kids my age, that was nothing, you feel me? But I made sure that all my teammates got in the game. I made sure that I knew where they needed the ball. I knew where they liked to score. Even when they messed up, I encouraged them. I didn't yell at them. I didn't fuss at them. I didn't cuss them out. You feel me? Like we stood as a team and we rallied. You feel me? And that's just the way it is, bro. I remember catching the bus. You feel me? And when I was in Dallas and catching the bus and catching the train, and it just seemed like everybody wanted to talk to me. You feel me? Not in a arrogant way, not like that. I'm just talking about like if I'm sitting down by myself, then whoever's sitting next to me, they seem to be going through something at that moment. And boy, I spent a lot of my time on the train and on the bus just listening to people problems and trying to counsel them the best way I knew how. Even as a child, I was just, I don't know, easy to open up to. It's easy for people to trust me. It's easy for people to talk to me. It's easy for people to, you feel me, like know that what I'm saying to them is true. And it wasn't a thing I ever looked at as like a power or a skill or a strength. I just looked at it. That's how God made me. Like he chose me to be the one for people to know it's safe to open up to. Because a lot of times I would hear stories that they wouldn't tell their parents, that they wouldn't tell, you feel me, nobody. It'd be stuff that old people tell me they ain't never told nobody. They've been living with this long and everything. And it was apparent to calling on my life, bro. Like when I went to go work as I got an adult, got finished with college, I automatically started working in the mental health field, you feel me? And like, that's where I saw the calling for my life the most, you know what I mean? Because it was like, at first I didn't understand what I was doing. Like, if you ever worked in the mental health field, bro, it's nothing that could really prepare you for working in that field. You just gotta work in there and just see if it's meant for you, if it's not. But if it's meant for you, then it's the most rewarding thing that you'll ever do, you feel me? Because I feel like when I was working with the kids with autism, like, that was my most rewarding job. It was my most challenging job, but at the end of the day, I felt so good about myself. I felt so good about what I was doing. I felt so good about the purpose and the help that I was providing to people that, you know, have been forgotten about. And that's how it was when I worked in the hospitals or any psych ward, bro. Like, I was there for the misfits. I was there for the broken toys. I was there for the hurting souls. I was there for the damaged. I was there, you know, for the people who didn't have a voice, for the people who didn't have a way, no direction, no faith, no God. You feel me? Like, I was that light in a dark place, you feel me? And that's when it came on full, and I started looking back, and I was like, okay, that's what they was talking about when they talking about I had a calling on my life, God had a purpose. Yeah, it just means that he's using you. You are the message. You feel me? Like, you are the good news. You embody it physically, bro. Like, that's what being a chosen one means. You are the message. You are the good news. You are the light, and you are supposed to be salt of this earth, bro. And you're supposed to season it, bro. And you're supposed to light it up, and you're supposed to give this place character. You're supposed to give this place a reason to smile, a reason to want hope, and a reason to believe. And God is using you, bro. Whatever your talent, skills, gifts, or blessings are, bro, that's just a medium of which you choose to get across to the audience, bro. But you're actually, like I say, the message, bro. Like, so everything about you, from your story, from what you're going through now, from what you're about to experience in the future, everything is about you is meant to uplift other people. It's meant to guide people to the same light that you was chasing, to the same God that you was going after, bro. So you just gotta really accept your calling, bro. Like, because I know I knew I had a calling over my life, but I was running. I told people I was running. I wasn't lying. Because like I said, as a shorty, I felt the responsibility. Like, I felt it, bro. And it was like, why am I giving this much weight and I'm still a little kid? Like, why are you expecting me to take care of this person, take care of that person, talk to this person, help this person? These people older than me. Even now, it's a lot of people that's older than me, bro, that I talk to, and I'm schooling and I'm educating and I'm putting on game, you feel me? And it's been that way my whole life. So it's always been one of the things where, you know, people supposed to listen to you, not listen to you, but listen to what God has to say through you. You feel me? But they look at you and they count you off, you feel me, from one way or another. Or you look too nice, or you feel me, like you don't look holy enough, or, you know, it could be anything where they give you friction and they give you a pushback. But once you start talking and you move out the way and you let God start talking for you, you move out the way and you let God start acting and moving through you, they shut up quick. They shut up quick, bro. And it's like these past couple of years, I've been receiving so many compliments. And that's another thing too, being called, being chosen. People either gonna hate you or they gonna love you. Ain't no really in between with this thing, you feel me? And that's what you make people do. You make people get off the fence and choose who they are, choose what they want to do, choose what they want to believe. Because there's a lot of lukewarm people that should be spat out the mouth, you feel me? But you're the one to expose them, be like, nah, you this or you not this, you feel me? Because of who you are, you feel me? So I went through a lot, just telling people what God had on my heart. And because God had put somebody specific, like he doing it now, you feel me? I'm supposed to talk to somebody right now, you feel me? And I told him, like, give me a day, you feel me? Like, I've been working and I've been letting the Spirit move within me, you feel me? And sometimes, you feel me, like, it could be a lot. So I just ask God to always balance me out, to always don't put more on me than I could bear, you feel me? And it's people that you're supposed to talk to. It's people you're supposed to reach out to. And he will put somebody on your heart. He will put somebody on your mind. He will put somebody so much so in your way that you can't avoid them. And you got to talk to them. You got to speak to them. You got to get that message out, because it's the only way they will listen. God put you in place because he know that the other things that he tried, the other people that he sent, the other message that he sent, you feel me, they heard, but they ain't really received. But with you, they gonna receive it, you feel me? You feel me? I only had two people, like a couple people, you know, when I do have to do this, and I do have to read people, and I do have to allow God to move through me and speak through me, it's only been a couple of people who actually got mad, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Most of the people, whether it's good or bad, I'm not, you know, it's neither here nor there with me because it's not my words. So all I'm doing is just telling you, I'm just texting you, I'm just emailing, I'm just telling you what God told me to tell you. So therefore, you shouldn't have an argument or grievance with me. You should have an argument or grievance with yourself, because why is God telling me something to tell you when he could talk to you directly? You're not listening. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So he is a caring God, and he's a God that'll never leave you nor forsake you. So he'll go through other means and he'll use people to get to you. You feel me? And you are that ringer. You are that closer. You are God's clutch player. You feel me? Of this lifetime, bro. Like, he know that he can call you at any time, any moment, any part of the day, regardless of how you feel or what you're going through. And you're going to get up and you're going to deliver. And you not only you deliver, you do it so well and you do it so eloquently, you do it so beautiful that, you feel me, like, people don't even know that, you know, this message that you're giving them was supposed to be a hard one, but it's the way you put it, it's the way you place it, and it's where your spirit is, it's where your mind is at the time. It's where your relationship with God at the time, where you could take a bad situation and soften it up and deliver it to somebody to where they understand it, that they don't feel bad about themselves. They're not trying to beat themselves up. If anything, they feel encouraged because the news that you're bringing them, the message that you're bringing them, they've been praying for it. They've been asking for validation and confirmation, you feel me? So that's why God will put certain things on your heart, put certain people on your mind, because you are his closer. You are his closer. That's what it means to be called. That's what it means to be chosen. That means that you're making yourself available to God 25/8, 367. You feel me? Like, give me 2 extra, because it's not a moment in time that you're not going to comply. You're not going to do what God is telling you to do. You're not going to sit there and have God talking to you. You're ignoring him, or you're trying to get out the situation. You're trying to get out the response. No, that's something we did when we was kids. We ran from our purpose and from our calling when we was kids. But as we get older, we saw how when you go into your calling, when you go into your purpose, man, yeah, your life, you get some turbulence because you're going up. You feel me? But at the same time, it gets smooth and it makes sense. And then it brings you order. It brings you peace. It brings you, your purpose will highlight, you feel me, what you're here for. And it'll make you want to stay here. It'll make you want to keep engaging in your purpose and keep going with the way that God got you, and keep submitting to his will. Because the more you do it, the more you allow God to use you, you realize, man, that's all I've been created for. Was for him to use me. You feel me? Was for him to move through me, to live through me, to talk through me. And once you get to that point in that relationship, you feel me? You in. You feel me? You got the green light, because God not gonna keep giving you all this responsibility, giving you all this power, giving you all this trust. And he tells you, I need you, like, I'm counting on you. He wouldn't say that to you if you wasn't important and valuable to him. So once you realize how important and valuable you are to God, it makes you want to keep doing what you're doing. It makes you want to go harder. It makes you want to learn more. It makes you want to go deeper. It makes you want to, you feel me, always be in a position to help. So that's why I say God will place you always in the right time at the right place. You feel me? So you just got to keep going and, like, literally answer the call. That's what it is when he's calling your name. Come pray. Come talk to them. That's a call. You got to answer the call in order to be effective in this kingdom. You feel me? I'm telling you, you don't want him to make a rock cry. I know I keep saying I say that through a lot, but what that means is that meant that nobody on this earth listened to God and nobody did what he was telling us to do. So therefore, he had to make it get done some way. And when he get to that point, guess what? He fed up with you. He mad with you. So whatever finna happen to you, it's finna happen to you. Because he gave you plenty of opportunities and chances to be exactly who you were supposed to be. He gave you opportunities to that person that you see, that best self that you desire to be. He gave you a road to get to this person. He gave you a road to get to your destiny and to your dreams. You chose not to take it. And then people take their gifts and their talents and their skills that God gave them for good, and they use it for their own personal gain. People know that they're attractive. People know that they have the gift of gab. People know that they can read people and look into the future, and they use this thing to get what they want. Now they're using it to get females and men. Now they're using it to get money. Now they're using it to get power. Now they're using it to get authority, position. And guess what? It's all going to come back down on them, because God is going to ask you, what did you do with the talents that I gave you? And if you didn't do the right thing by your talents, I'm telling you, he's going to show his disappointment. And when he shows his disappointment, it's usually a cause and effect. Something's going to happen to you. Something's going to happen to you. That's what happens when people abuse their position in life, and you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't use what God has given you for light and use it for dark and be perverted and be tampered and be corrupted by the enemy. Once you do that, then he's going to treat you like the enemy. The only way to stay a child of God and to stay in his favor, you got to keep doing what you were meant here. You got to keep doing what you were put here to do. You feel me? What you was meant to do, you got to engage in that, and you got to fully take the responsibility of who you are and go out here in this world and live it. I don't care what you do, bro. The message, that's what's most important. It's the message, bro. It's the love, bro. It's the God that you have in you. That's the most important thing you got in your life. And once you realize that and you find a way to share it comfortably, because not everybody could get on here and talk. You feel me? Some people like to do videos. Some people like to do songs. Some people like to draw pictures. Some people like to read from the Bible. Some people like to preach. Some people like to cook. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to come out here and fix cars. And whatever it is that you do, just make sure that you include your message. That's it. Just include your message. Just bring God with you everywhere you go. And that's how you continue to answer the call every day that he gives you. You just keep answering it. You hear that phone ring and you know Jesus on the main line. You pick up and you tell him what you want. And guess what? He's going to tell you what he wants too. He's going to tell you what he wants too. And as long as both of y'all are doing what y'all supposed to do, bro, the relationship is beautiful. It's beautiful. It gets trouble when somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do. And it's usually us. God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, they do what they do. Nobody has to tell them to do what they do. God is God all by himself. It's us who forget who we are, and then we start to act out of character and get away from our purpose and the plan that God has for us. But as long as we stay aligned, as long as we keep answering the call, he gonna keep answering your calls when you call him. You feel me? Like, he gonna pick up that phone and he's gonna give you what your heart's desires. You feel me? But like I say, man, like, this is just what it feel like to be called, what it feel like to have a purpose in your life. You know, I know it was quick, but just taking you from a childhood to where I am now, like, that's what made me get to where I am now. I just kept answering the call. I just kept answering the call. And it's not for you to figure out. It's not for you to figure out, bro. You just be human and you let God show you. You feel me? Like, just let him show you, bro. Just let him show you. But like I say, that's what I got. Till next time, Slim.